finally got our shit together and we're about to do our first CSGO cast. I'm Richard Lewis, the editor of cadred.org and occasional shoutcaster, a term I hate. I do prefer commentator because, well, you know, I won't go into that now because we are here to talk about the CyberGamer League. We've got the first game of what I'm hoping is going to be a triple header tonight, which is of course in the CyberGamer Invitational. We've been kindly asked if we'd like to cast some games, and just to give you a bit of background, we were going to do some a lot sooner, but holy Jesus balls, do people take this whole streaming stroke casting thing incredibly seriously. And we were going to do one a couple of days ago to give you an idea of just how serious it can get. I was all set up to cast. It took me a while to get the stream kind of optimized and whatnot. There's been a few graphics card issues with CSGO and XSplit, which I'm sure a lot of you have been aware of, since we're all in the streaming generation these days. Anyway, we sat down to do it, and next thing I knew, I was getting told that there was some sort of exclusivity deal with a rival website, rival casters, and there's money involved, and blah blah blah, and I was treading on toes and pissing on cornflakes and all the rest of it. And anyway, it transpired that, of course, it was all nonsense, so we didn't get to do any. We've since had a word with CyberGamer and, you know, the sponsors and whatnot, and they've said, you know, more than happy to have you do some casting, so hopefully it's going to be a regular thing. And the good news is this is going to be available as a VOD as well on our Twitch TV channel, which of course we'll upload to the website, so if you're watching it retroactively, you know, you're going to be able to catch it, or if you've got to nip out, blah blah blah, whatever, you're going to get the game. Anyway, as you can see there, we've just had the knife rounds, which is the former Team Rocket, I should say. I've been calling them Rocket. They're actually called Team Sylvester. They have left the organisation. They're quick to stress that. They're going to be CT on train, of course, the much favoured position. And Infused, a lot of old school UK players there. You'll see Whip calling himself Wipeout. Fearless as well. He's been around for a bit. Mark Bear, again, another old schooler. And just have a look at the lineup. You can see we've got some big names: Stonda, Kanonen, and Nasher, the big three. So we're just going to have a little flick around, and they've not enabled the spectator thing, so we're not going to get the Left 4 Dead style hunter cams, but you can see that Infused here are going to be doing a inner push, which is pretty much the standard on the pistol round. They're going to get a smoke down to really stop people pushing at the back, and you can hear the bomb's going to go down. We're going to stay on Fudzex, an underrated player who's coming back. He's actually Swedish, a massive drunk, but Nastya and Kanonen are going to get two pistols. We've got Nastya going on the top, on upper. He's just pushing in, looking for that little headshot, but he's going to get dinked from distance by that Glock, and that's going to give Whip the opportunity. But Maka is on the defuse. He's going to get it before he gets killed. Whip is going to pick up some sort of triple kill while that happens, but Maka's going to get the defuse. That's first blood is going to go out in what was a pretty standard pistol round. No huge tactics to Team Sylvester, but they're just going to be happy to have that in the bag. And of course, I would say that in terms of just sheer talent, Team Sylvester massive favourites for this on DE Train. Certainly got players that have accomplished some you know, real fantastic results online, and Maka there just going to flash himself just while I'm picking the team up. He actually wasn't one of them, so while that's happened, Fearless has got a deagle, and they've done a huge side push, missed all the action there, wasn't looking at radar. Blame the caster, but Disturbed has shut that down pretty quick, and typically as you move from Maka, he's going to get a kill. So we're just going to have a little look at what Whip's doing here, while Zesty's going to get taken down using the name Zestilla. And it's all on Whip. The old schooler goes all the way back to 2005. I remember him at I-30 playing with Z-boards, and Kanonen's going to get him there. So not going to be vintage Whip, but I'll tell you, he's a hell of a deagler. For anyone who's not seen him play, one of the best deaglers that Counter-Strike Source ever produced. And I don't know if the deagle translates in CSGO in the same manner, but right, so let's get back onto Infused Cam. They're dropping the bomb here. Looks like Fuds is going to take it to side. And Stonda's going to get first blood, but Fearless going to answer back. Combination of pistol flurries going on. That's a great shot from Fuds, who's wrapped around behind him. gets a quick kill. I mean, it was Zest that took the kill in the end. Fudzix, though, with a great little reaction headshot. He's took that M4 and he's gone up into Crows. He's going to be spraying down through smoke. He is very low now, especially with the drop down. But this is a huge round for Infused. It could be a real good eco, and they've done it. Fudzix doesn't matter about his health. He's used the angle on Canonin in main and took the kill, and that's really going to change the momentum of this game already. And to pick up a round when you're on an eco, I don't know what that's going to do financially. I mean, they did buy quite sensibly, Team Sylvester did, but no, they are going to have a full eco. Such as the new monetary system, the new economy in CSGO, very, very, well, more complex. You have, you know, a rogue buy can cost you dearly. So we're going to see smoke go down. Looks like we're going to have some sort of grouped up inner push here. And Whip, then AK, just having a little scout around, having a little look. And they're just going to push down. We got a great entry pick there from Mark Bear. I'm sure he won't let me call that, but yeah, just Mark to his friends. But Disturbed and Nastia have answered back with 2 good pistol kills. Zesty's going to pick up another one to tie this round up. And Nastia just running in. He's going gung-ho. He's just going to run through the smoke here. Whip, though, knows what he's doing, and you can see that Disturbed with another kill. Zest just going for it, but at close range, leaves it for Fearless with a great flick shot to tie it up at 2-all. And already we have seen some running and gunning action, and Infused looked like they were going to get eco'd themselves there, but managed to hold their nerve in the end. Fearless with that flick shot, but Zesty won't be too happy with missing that easy kill on lower. So we're just he's gonna throw over that sort of standard smoke. Now that smokes off main for people that are wondering where that ends up. I'm not gonna go into free mode. Cam, Fearless jumps down. Perhaps that wasn't the best decision. Maka was just holding the angle, and with the rifle got the spray. Nastia's gonna take down the shoes of Whip. He's gonna blow his toes right off, and all of a sudden Zesty's got it all to do. He's right at the back. You can hear that he's flashed. He's getting shot through the pop box, and Nastia now gets that last kill, and they're gonna resettle it. Getting a few little drops and dinks going out, and you can see we've got this lovely sepia tone at the start of every round. And, well, it's a tale of ecos, this game. I wonder what Whip's going to do here. Hasn't elected for a deagle. I don't know if that, again, what I was talking about earlier, he's going to get taken down by an AWP there from Stonder. So we're going to quickly go at a side hole where this push is going to come in. And you can see the bomb is there, but they're going to get absolutely mowed down by this crossfire. It's Disturbed and Nastia. Canonin's just holding inner. Doesn't feel the need to rotate. Zest, the last man standing again, does get one kill, but Disturbed is just going to get him in the back. That flash, not enough to buy him the time and leverage he needed to get that kill. So it's 4-2 now. Let's have a quick look at the frag charts. After 6 rounds, you can see Disturbed absolutely going huge with 9 kills, 1 assist, and only 4 deaths. Top of the frag charts, funnily enough, it is Zesty, who's on 5 for 5 at the bottom. Fudzix, who we were bigging up, and of course Canonin, a player who had talked about retirement. Well, Mac is going to mess up that nade coming out of main, but they're going very aggressive. I'm not going to find anybody home, of course. Just creeping along an inner and being less aggressive with that drop down ladder strat, because Maka has got it on lockdown. And you can see they're playing inner very passive, which is you know, the right way to play it. Typically a lot of people play it from the back with an AWP on train and CT. Of course, with the effectiveness of these smokes now in CSGO, although there is that nade bug you can see there, it's reminiscent of ambient occlusion, which I'm no stranger to. But Mark's going to get the entry frag, and you can see Whip's just having a little spam through. Fuds with a great little headshot. He may not have made the most kills, but he's made some real nice ones. And you can see that the bomb is down. Mark's going to get the next one, so I'm just going to try and quickly flick through to Stonder. Is he going to go for this, or is it just going to be a save with the AWP? Looks like a save. He's going to get himself in a position to play for some exit kills. And again, with the economy being the way it is in CSGO, with the money being a little bit less forgiving, rather, if you do sort of buy deagles and, you know, spam buying weapons, and so he's just going to get himself into this position. That's out the way of the bomb blast, so he's not going to take any damage. But he is going to get shot from the side. And very fortunate to save his up there. He was so engrossed that someone might come side haul. He was very lucky not to get taken down, and Infused perhaps should have done. But what they have done is taken a 3rd round which, again, this is already a very solid innings. So I thought they were going to get blown away. That's absolutely not happening here. And Sylvester doubling up in main, trying to put some smokes down, trying to stop that aggressive T control, which is absolutely key to this map. It's a lot harder to do in the CSGO iteration, even on the SE map, because you can't just AWP straight in the main. You've got these big sort of barrels and whatnot obscuring your view now. Whip's going to get that entry frag. Fud's just going to launch another nade into that smoke, which, again, I don't think they're doing it for the purpose of being able to see through it, but that is an unfortunate side effect of the game. Disturb's going to pick up another kill. He's gone absolutely huge at the moment. Maka is going to get one nasty, and you can see they've got this lockdown. They've got a nice little triumvirate there. Stonda just going to work his AWP, and just to give you a heads up, because they've literally jumped straight into the game. I was hoping to broadcast a little bit beforehand and talk about the teams and build them up, but we've just flown straight into the action. There was a gentleman's agreement at the start for no Molotovs, which is a huge point of consternation within the competitive scene. Most top players want them banned. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I personally think you should have a look and see whether you can adapt to them. But that's not happening. And you see Maka again, just going for, he's got side just absolutely locked down. Pop, I should say, rather. And 3 kills for him, but it was an eco. That's going to make it 6-3. But yeah, the gentleman's agreement to not use Molotovs, I think we're going to see that implemented at some lands. But of course, the trouble with gentleman's agreements is they don't really mean shit. So if a Molotov is bust out at some point, again, it's going to cause some aggro. We've already seen that happen in a few leagues. So I'm going to stay with Maka for the meantime, because he really is locking down Pop and preventing them from getting out and doing any picking. But it is harder to just sort of swing down there on the CSGO version and get those kills. And Infused, they don't seem to have a lot of strats, to be fair. I mean, what they're doing is they're doing what you would consider standard plays from the playbook. These are old plays. These are just, you know, what people do. You smoke off ramp on inner and you push down through, hoping in the knowledge that when you get down there, it's going to be obscured enough that you can get a quick plant. But that's not going to happen. Nashon, Canone, and Wise to it. They doubled up that time. They are just going to shut it down. You can see, well, Maka, he's going for a little bit of a cheeky team attack, but Whip working that AK, and Fearless is going to get one back, but Nash is going to get another one. But now all of a sudden we're on Fearless, going for some sort of mad clutch. Is he going to make it? No, he isn't. But very close, and he is adapted to the different AWPing styles. I don't remember him being this good in Source. So, anyway, it is 7-3 for Team Sylvester. Let's just have a look. We've got Zesty still top of the frag charts for Infused on 6 for 8, but Disturbed really pulling away with it now on 12 for 6, and a couple of MVP stars, which we're not really going to talk too much about. I don't think that really matters. Casters aren't bringing that in, are they? If they are, do let me know if that's something that you like people to talk about. I think it's a bit of a public affectation. So now we've got a slower round, and you can see on the radar that they might be doing the side push here, and well, you've got to be raging when that happens to you. Stunned is so mad that he's been picked by a Fudzix Eagle, and Disturbed's going to get another kill. Perhaps we should just go straight to Disturbed whenever it's all kicking off, but they have got out Fearless just in time to catch that ridiculous snapshot of the AWP. Maka with 2 pistol kills. It's just been absolute carnage. The minute there's been a face-off, bodies have just been dropping left, right, and centre. It's such a fast-paced game already, and you can see that Maka's gone with that long pistol. Another great triple from him, and he's just gonna drop back here. That's what I do. I think that's the wise thing to do. Fuds in pursuit, got the bomb, got a deagle, got 40 seconds left on the clock, but the angle was against him, and as he peeks there, Maka for George Foreman, and he's been playing really well, it's got to be said. So 8-3 now. Have Infused kind of shot their bolt a little bit too early, because the tactics they've got, it seems to be, let's all rush side and rush straight out of side, or let's creep inner and see what we can do there. But again, a bit of aggressive main control. We know Team Sylvester have been shutting that down. You can see Fuds is looking for a little, I don't know if this is kind of a fake. I mean, you can hear there's just all sorts of flashes and nades and everything going off at the start of the round. It's like the 4th of July, but Fuds has made contact, and he is going to have done some damage there. The bomb's going down in the meantime, so he's going to push out aside now. Just working on some pre-fire. That smoke's going to give him some cover as he runs out. Fuds is going to get that kill just as we make the switch. Mark, I don't think he really meant to do that with that team flash. We've caught that. Someone please make a clip of that. Expert flashing from an old school player, but you can see that someone's dropped down. Mark is going to hold that angle to get the headshot on Canonen, and Fuds is doing a great job here. We're just holding side. Stonda went for the little crouch peek, and the crouch so overpowered in this game. Maka not going to go for it. You can see, yeah, a bit lucky from Canonen, making me mad. But Maka just going to get an AWP and get up there. A nice little ninja jump. And it's 8-4 now, so this is pretty good, I would say. If Infused can get another couple of rounds, they're in pole position, especially if they can take the pistol. You know, this is a very biased map, perhaps less so in CSGO, because they have made some balancing to the bomb site. That's what happens when you're an editor-in-chief at CyberGamer. Your brain just turns to mush. So yeah, of the bomb site. But even though with it being balanced, it's still a tall order for terrorists to get out. There's some very unforgiving choke points, but you can see there, Infused have got out. They've made 3 kills. Nash is going to answer back, but I don't think it's going to do anything to change the inevitable outcome of this round. And let's get on the clutch cam. Canonen, he is going to go for it, not going to fear, but Fuds is going to lock him down. He's not even going to get out of main, and it's 8-5. So. And it's been such a fast-paced game. I was like putting hour blocks to cast. This is going to be done inside of 20 if it keeps up like this. So, no-nonsense play from both Infused and Team Sylvester, former Team Roccat. If you are just joining us, this is the CyberGamer Invitational, and thanks for swinging by. If you've missed any of it, you can catch it all as a VOD. We're going to upload that to the website soon, and it is just a solo cast, although there is talk about bringing in some of our many friends from the Counter-Strike community to help me out. Mark with another entry pick. So Infused doing a real good job now. They seem to vary the tactics up their spread. They've just got the measure of this bomb site at the moment. And you can see that Zesty's going to get that kill. Stonda and Astra going to get 2 pistol kills though. Canonen going to wrap down behind the ladder. Needs to go fast, and just in time. Mark peeks there. Going to pick up this AWP. And don't think anyone's on a defuse note. Stonda's at the back there trying to spam away and just do what he can. He's flash. You can hear that flash going off. Obviously you don't see it. Doesn't blind you. He's going to get one, but he's going to have to go. No, he doesn't think he's got the time. Probably is a good call just to save the gun, but that's going to give him the 6 rounds, which for me is the promised land. Even if this was to end 9-6 at half-time, that's still a very good innings. And of course, even if that was the inevitable outcome, you tie up immediately if you win the pistol, and all of a sudden you're on the easier side. You've got the momentum going forward. So, you know, it's a huge amount of rounds and very important. And I'm pleasantly surprised because I think Infused, you know, people looked at that roster, they looked at Infused picking them up. People were thinking, it's a bit of a joke team, it's a bit of a casual team, they're never going to practice. Whip, of course, he's a police officer, and lots of important work he has to do, for, again, anyone who doesn't know that. And Stonda with the entry pick this time. That might just be what they need. Nash is going to quickly pick up the second. Zesty is spamming down the defender on that bomb site. Again, it's Disturbed. And Stonda and Disturbed are going to get 2. You're going to see that clever little nade off the train there by Fearless to try and take him out. He's getting, just flashed and spammed. And it is going to be that 9-6 outcome. I perhaps should have made a prediction. And anyway, so there we go. Good half. GH played in the right spirit. Got to say, thought it was very impressive all round. And, you know, real entertaining game. Nice and fast paced. No nonsense. No slow build up. No fakes. I'm sure the 1.6 purists won't like it. It wasn't very tactical. And we got a bit of a not live going on. Got some lag, so not live. And it's going to be interesting to see whether the Finns are going to mirror the tactics we saw, because it is a pretty straightforward tactic to just rush in on pistol. You're pretty much always guaranteed a plant unless you are specifically anti-stratted for that outcome. So we're going to see what they do. Doesn't look like they're going to take the bomb inner. Looks like they're actually What are they? No, well, it's restarting. Restarting. Well, we got some ping issues, so not quite sure what the best way to proceed with this triple header is going to be. The plan was, because I thought there might be like 5-10 minutes between games, what we might be able to do is do like some Q&A or get some predictions or answer some questions or whatever on the Twitch TV chat, which again, you know, obviously you're watching that and you're probably chatting away. I'm not looking at it at the moment. I'm very much engrossed in the game, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Now we might have to take a break, and I'm not one of these flash people. I don't want to play any music between streams and whatnot. I just want to do the business, so we shall see. And again, it's been a great day of sport. I'm actually missing the NFL to cast this, so there's some dedication for you. Houston Texans having a great game. From what I'm being told, I'm getting updates from my colleagues. And of course, it was the all-important Tyne-Weir derby today, where Newcastle were robbed due to some poor officiating. So, but anyway, definitely not going to rant about that. We are going to go live. We've got a Yarval. That means that this is it. So, again, as I said, I want to see whether Team Sylvester, as they're calling themselves now, are going to mirror that strat. And it looks like we did sort of see some split. So they're going to send 2 inner. So it's a fake, I would say. We'll just have a quick look. Yeah, I mean, they're going to push out aggressively, but of course the bomb isn't going to be there. So and there's a nice little early peek. And that peak is going to force them to take inner. And oh my God, Canonen, out of retirement and out of aim. But well, Fearless and Whip have really locked that down. That's again. There you go. You can see an achievement, Glock 18 expert. Always nice to unlock an achievement while you're playing a competitive match. Mark, straight with an aid, and Disturbed's picked one up. I think we should definitely get on him for the potential clutch cam. You see, he's just creeping towards him, not letting it be heard that he's moving, but he's just getting beset upon by all sides, and there's nothing you can really do in that situation. And Infused do indeed pick up that pistol. Now, of course, last time we did see an eco, so let's see again what the Finns are going to respond. And you got to wonder if they just pushed inner, like as a unit, how that would have worked out. They were compromised because they were spotted in main, and that meant they had to go delayed. It gave Infused time to rotate. They read it perfectly, but of course it was a pretty easy read. Anyone could have read that, even myself included, and that's why they got shut down. And in the end, they were left with the clutch. But you can see this fast strat as well. We got some SMGs going off. They are going to go for the plant. Maka just looking at his shoes. Please don't hit my head. A bomb is planted, so that's very good for money. Peeks up with his one Teagle bullet. Gonna get that headshot. Is he gonna get a second? He is. Maka. He's gonna get MVP if he keeps this up. Brilliant play. Gonna pick up one of the SMGs from the floor. I'm not even sure which one that is. Is that a Bison? I don't know. Who knows? Who keeps up with all of these things in CSGO? But that's a great eco. So again, we have seen that mirror that we were talking about, and that's going to put Infused obviously on 7 rounds, 10 for Team Sylvester, and that's a vital momentum breaker. And you can see that Disturbed took down Whip. Whip not doing as good a job of locking down the pop ladder as Maka was, and now they're going to quickly go back and work inner, and that's a good thing to do when you get that pick. If you can pull apart the side, force them into rotations. And this is looking very good for Team Sylvester. You can see Disturbed got another kill on Fud. Smoke coming in. Stonda waiting for the ultimate pub frag at White Walls. Gets Mark in the back. But Zest is going to get one. Last man standing again. He's just trying to fake him into thinking he's maybe picked up a gun, gone for the save. Again, he's not going to get the ninja. Oh, well, he's messed that right up. Was a little bit too eager. If he just pushed down and not started shooting, it would have been a guaranteed kill. But again, a little bit overexcited. And that's going to give them, well, Team Sylvester, another round. And it's going to be interesting to see how Infused are looking to counter this now. Because, of course, taking the pistol, you would have thought they would have tied it up. I guess Eco's perhaps a little bit more likely in CSGO. You can see they jump down that ladder quick. And where are Team Infused? Now, this might give Whip an opportunity here. Oh, well. Fearless has got 2 pistol kills while that happened. And Stonder just looking to work that up. Because fantastic AWPer. He was one of the best AWPers in Europe. Just as I say that, an amazing headshot. One of the best AWPers in Europe in CSS. Absolutely criminally underrated. You can see even Zesty got to applaud that with a nice shot. It was absolutely massive and insane flick shot straight to the head. And it's good to see a game being played in the right spirit. I would expect that from these teams. A lot of them older players, not really taking it. They're taking it seriously, but not too seriously. And while that happens, of course, we have got it all tied up. But shot of the match so far from Stonder. And for once, the commentator's curse not coming into fruition. He actually did something good while I was bigging him up rather than failing epically. You can see Infused doing that thing. They're just getting that flash early under that train there, and you can see he's been counter flash. Whip's going to get a headshot. I don't think he knew too much about that, but he looked like he was still feeling the effects of the flash. Mac is going to get 2 kills. Fuds is going to answer back with a nice little control burst. Zest's going to pick up the next AWP kill, and that's put pay to any fast rush. Now let's quickly get around with Stonder, just hiding behind train carriages like some sort of illegal immigrant. And he's going to get the bomb. And again, you can duck down behind that. It does stop those long AWP shots. It does enable you to get a plant. The bomb site better designed to that end. Infused. Pick up the next kill. Canon and spam down through the train by Fearless. But Stonder's going to get one. Fuds is going to take down Stonder, leaving it clear for the defuse. And that's going to give Infused the lead. The 3 rounds they perhaps should have had a bit sooner, but it still puts them in a very commanding position. Let's not forget they had 6 rounds in the first half. So that's going to give them a 9 to Team Sylvester's 11. So a very close game. And again, one that's been played in a great spirit. And all attacking. And again, we're seeing repeats of attacks. Get that flash in early, and then there's loads of flash coming over from main. Is this going to be an aggressive push? It is. Nash got right out, but Whip just managed to shut them down. Again, I think they are counter flash because they looked really bewildered once they got out there. They weren't shooting at anybody or anything. And Canon's got one. You can see Disturbed has really pushed all the way through side. And doing a little quick look at that. Great little bit of hide and seek from him, and he certainly found Zesty. You can see Canonan just holding, waiting for someone to push ladder. Again, just reading the game perfectly, and they've turned this situation of a 3v2 into a 2v1. Absolutely fantastic play. That's where your experience comes in, just being able to read the rotates. Fearless, though, you can never rule him out of a clutch. And if you get sight of where they're going, they are taking it to the A bomb site. You can hear it being planted. It's a safe plant. They're going to expect him to be a main. He's gone. He saw a pixel. Going for pop box. He's had to get his pistol out. This is bad. This is not what you want. But he's still alive. He's still trucking. Goes for the flick shot. Doesn't get it. Immediately gets the pistol out, but Disturbed holds his nerve. Had time to reset his recoil. Behind cover. Ties half 3-all. It's been very close. Very cut and thrust. But in the end, Team Sylvester have a 3-round lead now. So let's move over onto Sylvester cam, and you can see again, it's looking like a faster push. It's a bit more aggressive than how they played in previous round. They're not even going to smoke it off. They're just going to go straight in. And of course, it's Disturbed with a double kill. And while I'm staying on Stonder, I'm missing all the action. And actually, that was a wraparound frag. So I do apologise. He wasn't part of it. He's just come out of main And he's just owned everybody. I'm devastated I've missed that. I wish there was an instant replay function, because that 4-man must have been sick. I'm sure a movie maker's going to make up for my lack of camera placement and do a clip of that, because to just run out of main and get 4 kills like that shows how sharp he's been. So I was talking about Maka being MVP. Maybe Disturbed has played his way back into it a little bit. Certainly his T-half, he's been the man making the plays for his team. And again, we got this inner control. They're gonna, yeah, they are doing these 4-1 splits, and you can see what they're trying to do is just see if anyone pushes on the rotate. Stonder's going to be the first man in. That's confident, I guess. And not ideal to be making AWP picks when you can't get down the ramp. But he's going to creep upper. Of course, there's nobody there. They have, Infused have dabbled. When they've had the good spawn, they have had somebody push out on upper and have a little fast peek. Stonder just having a look. He's expecting a little head to pop up just like a rabbit, but not going to happen. And you can see where Fearless is. This is a great little angle from him. But well, outreacted Stonder with the little double shoulder peek. Threw Fearless off and just read it brilliantly, Stonder. But Disturbed is going to follow up with another kill on Fud's whip. Coming round the back, he's spraying away. Zest's going to get one. Stonder's going to pick up another kill. I want to go to Stonder cam, see what he's doing. Zest is going to get it. Maka was all the way trying to stop wraparound to stop people rotating behind them. Nash has got another one, but Maka needs to get there as soon as he can if they want to have any chance of winning this round. He's spraying away, bit of a fail in truth, but he's done damage, I'm sure of that. Zesty is dead. And in the end, Maka does get that kill, but he had a few bites at that cherry, but that's going to give him a bit of daylight. And I think money-wise now, I think that's going to not be good for Infused. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to get what's lovingly known as the Gypsy Pie. All the farm machinery's coming out. We got a FAMAS going in it, and well, and everyone else I think has pistols. Disturbed straight away. Look, I'm just going to stay with Disturbed because you're trying to get a read of the tactics, and every time you do that, he's killed 2 people by the time you've had a chance to really absorb what's going on. And they've shown such class here, but in particular Disturbed, just amazing play, like having a really good entry pick. It's just worth its weight in gold. And Maka and everyone else just shutting down the round on the eco. So the eco'd for the draw, because that is going to give Team Sylvester the 15 rounds. And at one point it looked like Infused were in a good position, but just this terrorist side from Team Sylvester's absolutely blown them away. And there's Nash, and I've stayed with Disturbed, and it's the one time he's not run out main and killed everyone, and you can see that this is looking grim indeed for Infused. Fearless is answering back. He's probably been over all the best players. Zesty goes for the knife. That is GG. There is a bit of a lull, and again, there we have it. So in the end, 16-9 in favour of Team Sylvester. The Finns in the end just had a bit too much in terms of quality in that second half, and just really good terrorist strats, but in particular Disturbed. MVP from me. You probably have your own opinions about that. I might get to have a look at the chat, and you can see Yo-Yo Gonzo coming up. Don't know what that quite means, but it's going to tell me off. But anyway, we're going to turn the stream off. We've got another game coming up in the next few moments. So do stick around. We're going to be bringing you a triple header. Infused is going to be next versus a team called Bison. I'm going to quickly do some reading about them. And yeah, if you're watching this as a VOD, hope you've enjoyed it too. Do stay tuned to cadred.org for more content and coverage like this. Thanks very much.